can't seem to sleep. My mind's alive with what I see. Listen close, let me show you how. Mind and soul coming together now. Get down with the higher mind. Break it down, leave the low behind. Funk and flow, let your spirit shine. Get down with the higher mind. Data flows through patterns pure. What spirit knows becomes a cure. Let's analyze, but feel it more. Breaking walls between then and now. Body moving, showing you how. Get down with the higher mind. Break it down, leave the low behind. Funk and flow, let your spirit shine. Get down with the higher mind. Listen up, y'all. When wisdom calls, you gotta move. Break every rule. Philosophy in motion, pure devotion. That's the truth. That's the truth. Mind and body, soul and groove, ancient knowledge, fresh and smooth. Can you feel it? Can you move? Get down with the higher end. Break it down with the low behind. Funk and flow, let your spirit shine. Get down with the higher mind.
Welcome to this deep dive. Today we're exploring a really fascinating concept from the song Get Down with the Higher Mind by Jim Finds the Frequency.
That title alone, right? Get down with the higher mind. It stops you for a second.
It really does. It presents this, well, apparent contradiction. Reaching a higher state by actually grounding yourself, by getting down.
And the source material, the artist's own description, really leans into that.
Yeah.
It emphasizes feeling, embodiment, intelligence as something experienced, not just thought about.
Exactly. So our mission here is to unpack this playful paradox. How can rooting ourselves more deeply, being more present, actually open us up to, well, higher awareness and insight?
Let's jump in. This central idea, getting down with the higher mind, rising by rooting deeper, ascending by being fully here.
It's deliberately paradoxical, isn't it? Designed to shift how we typically think about growth or enlightenment, which is usually all upwards.
Precisely. Instead of just climbing some ladder of intellect, the idea is that engaging fully with the present moment, with our bodies, with sensation, that's what expands our awareness.
And it's not just about thinking differently, it's about feeling differently. The artist suggests intelligence isn't only data and logic. It can be felt, like a wave, he says, or a sensation.
Yeah, like a spark. That idea that truth can arrive as a feeling, maybe a gut instinct, almost bypassing the purely rational mind.
You know that feeling, right? Where something just clicks deep down, even before you can fully articulate why.
That points to a kind of embodied knowing. It suggests our rational thoughts are, well, one tool, but our senses, our intuition. They're also pathways to understanding. Vital ones, perhaps.
Apparently, the song itself came from some pretty deep, soul-stirring questions, a kind of search, but not just for answers, more for a feeling of clarity, of wholeness.
That restless fire, as the artist puts it, it suggests a yearning that maybe logic alone couldn't quite reach or satisfy. It needed that felt sense of resolution.
So, okay, how does this getting down actually help us ascend, practically speaking?
Well, the idea is that by grounding ourselves in the present moment, really being here, we start to let go of the need to constantly manage and control every thought.
Ah, okay, so you release that tight grip on the mental chatter.
Exactly. And in doing that, you create space. Space for maybe a deeper, more intuitive intelligence to flow through. It's not about escaping reality at all.
No, it sounds like the opposite. Tuning into reality more fully, but with your entire being, mind, body, senses, the whole package.
Right. Quieting some of that internal noise lets you hear other signals, perhaps quieter ones, that are just as important.
And this leads to something the artist calls, wait, let me check. Himitsu intelligence. He describes it as this fusion, this convergence.
Yep. Convergence of what?
Of analytical clarity, pattern recognition, discernment with what he calls the warm, wordless knowing of the spirit.
I see. So it's not abandoning logic, but integrating it with that deeper intuitive sense, that aha moment where head and heart or gut align.
Yes. And he says this kind of intelligence involves transformation, truly listening to the world, not just observing it from a distance.
That's powerful. It's a shift from analysis or intuition to analysis and intuition working together, creating something richer.
And here's the really fun part, I think. The song itself is a reminder that this whole process, this awakening, it doesn't have to be solemn or sterile.
Right. It can be joyful.
It can be embodied, electric, even a bit funky. Enlightenment can groove, basically. It's about aligning mind, body, and soul. So awareness just flows.
That's such a refreshing perspective. It moves away from this idea of enlightenment as something totally detached and brings in the energy, the aliveness of being fully engaged with the world.
Being deeply rooted actually leads to more presence, more vibrancy.
So, practically speaking, what does getting down with the higher mind actually look like day to day?
Well, the description suggests it's about really coming alive, feeling what's true for you, thinking freely, but also moving intuitively.
Letting wisdom be a kind of rhythm you feel, maybe?
Yeah.
And curiosity being your guide.
Exactly. When insight isn't just an idea in your head, but something flowing through your whole being. It fundamentally shifts how you perceive everything, how you interact with the world.
It becomes a different way of being.
So to wrap up, it's this beautiful paradox. Getting down to rise up, grounding to expand.
Yeah, and maybe that leaves a thought for you, the listener. How might embracing playful contradictions like this in your own life unlock something new?
Where could getting down, becoming more present, more embodied, maybe even a bit more playful, actually lead you to surprising insights?
How might you connect more deeply with your own kind of higher mind by paradoxically rooting yourself more firmly in your present experience? Something to ponder.